Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Dragonheir Silent Gods video. In today's video, I want to go over the top 5 artifacts that you should be purchasing, and I'm specifically going to be talking about the mythic ones for Season 1. So there might be a lot of you that have started playing Dragonheir for the first time, or you might be returning players, but you might not have a ton of these artifacts, and you might start be getting dupes, right? Most of the time when you get dupes of legendaries, that's what you should be doing with them. You should be buying artifacts, especially if you have exclusive ones, right? So I'm not going to be talking about the exclusive ones because 100% these are priority. If you get lucky enough to pull 2 copies of the same exclusive legendary, one of these 6 ones that have exclusive artifacts, you would 100% go ahead and purchase that exclusive artifact. I don't care who he is from here. You would not even think twice, just straight up buy it. But I'm not talking exclusives today. I'm talking about the other mythic ones. So there have been, I think, 2-3 that have been added recently that, you know, some people might look at it, might think, oh, maybe this is good to do. Maybe I should buy this one. And that's kind of the reason why I wanted to make an up-to-date video on this, so it can kind of give you some ideas. Now, I'm not going to be covering, again, I'm not going to be looking at these ones either, okay? So I'm not going to be looking at the, at the class exclusive ones, because obviously, if you want to get some fire exclusive ones for your wild heroes, those are going to be the best, especially for damage dealers. Same thing for the frost one, same thing for dauntless, rally, and so on and so forth. But we want to talk about all the other ones. As you can see, I already have most of them over here, just like 2-3 of them that still need to buy. And honestly, I didn't buy them yet because, again, they kind of look like I'm not sure I really care about them. They're not as powerful. Some might be niche ones, some might be have some uses in the end game. So for now, I'm still saving my soul imprints to buy the artifacts either later, or maybe just straight up inspire my legendaries. But number 1 artifact from here is the same one. It used to be the same back in the day. It's the same right now. So number 1 artifact that everybody should be getting with your first dupe, again, unless it's a dupe of the exclusives, which you would save, but the number 1 is should be Witch's Remains. The reason why this one's the number 1 artifact is because, well, it's the second way to put, or the third, one of the 3 ways to put defense penalty out in the game. Now recently they've done some changes where Felicity can actually put defense penalty with her ultimate. She's the only one, as far as I've seen in the game, that can do that, so that's really fun. But we have the legendary artifact, right, Crown of the Unclean, which again should be the first artifact that you get up until you get the legendary ones, because this one brings you the defense penalty, but this one only lands on 1 target, whereas the mythic one, right, the Witch's Remains, is gonna be able to target everybody, right? So if you have somebody that does 3 hits AoE, for example, the free Voresh that everybody gets, if you put a crown on of the Unclean on him, you go into Goblin, you go in any area of the game, when he does his ultimate, he's going to be placing, as long as, you know, the accuracy check gets passed, he has a 60% chance to place defense penalty, and it's on every single hit. Keep this in mind. I'm going to try to, like, you know, give some ideas, but keep this in mind. This works from the ultimate, and it counts on every single hit it does. So you'd prefer to put the Crown on the Unclean on your heroes that do attacks, that do several attacks on their ultimate, such as, like I mentioned, Voresh does full board, best option. Then somebody like Yola's good, somebody like Zorla's good. We're gonna be getting Dritz the Urden. If you don't want to use him as a damage dealer, he has 7 hits. So he's going to be, again, another perfect candidate for this one. But number 1 is going to be Witch's Remains, hands down. Number 2, again, this is from my point of view, but, there might be, like, different in priority. But from my point of view, the number 2 is going to be the Rift Hourglass. The reason why the Rift Hourglass is so powerful is because it gives, again, HP and accuracy. Kind of helps you hit that accuracy levels. But it's this one, right? Getting higher skill haste allows you to be able to build your teams for dungeons so that you can get back to those rotations. Most of the time, our heroes have like 20 seconds full recharge time for their ultimates, where they put the attack down, where they put the healings, where they put the shields, whatever. And most of the dungeons have an 18 seconds total, total reset time, or their full cycle. So most of the time you will want some specific, key heroes to be able to get on that 18-second rotation, and having the Rift Hourglass 100% helps you with that, because once your hero hits 55 skill haste, if I remember the number correctly, you already have your ultimate on an 18-second recharge time. This also will affect the cooldown of, or the recharge time of your battle skill, so that's why I believe Rift Hourglass to be so good. Again, gives accuracy and just allows you to do syncs, so you can put the presets and just easily farm all the dungeons in the game. That's number 2. Now, number 3 might be a little bit, you know, depends on the choices you want to go with, but I guess it's between Gatekeeper Staff and Solar King's Horn. So I guess I would say number 3 is actually Solar King's Horn. The reason for that is it has more uses. There are more heroes in the game that you can use this on, because there are going to be more healers that do like smaller healings or do healings over time, that this is going to help. And the reason why the Solar King's Horn is so powerful is because of obviously the effect when the wearer heals an ally, increases the ally's damage by up to 5% for 10 seconds, up to 3 stacks. So if you have somebody like a Megan, somebody like a Frurbas, or anybody that does tiny bits of healings over time, or somebody that puts recovery over time, this one's gonna proc every single time that recovery happens, and that means you can get up to 15% damage increase on your whole team. So this is really powerful. It also brings you lots of HP and defense, which means a lot more survivability, so you know your people are not gonna be dying. Then if we go over and look at the Gatekeeper Staff, which is kind of like I said on par, this one's really powerful again because it gives us defense, and again skill haste, like we mentioned. The Rift Hourglass will allow us to control our ultimate durations, come back faster to them. But the reason why this one's so powerful, but it is a little bit more niche, because it's mostly used by your heroes that can do massive healings, such as, you know what, Garius. Everybody gets Garius day 2. He's the #1 choice for this, honestly. I don't think they released anybody that does bigger heals than him, so he's still #1 choice, because what it does is, again, it gives us the defense, which is what his healing scales off of skill haste, so he comes back faster to it. But what it does is it converts over healing, right? So let's say you heal for 20,000, but your people only need 5,000. That 15,000 left is gonna be transformed into shields, right? It goes up to 100%, starts at 50%. So shields are massive in this game because they're a really key point of getting damage mitigation. They're really key for survivability. So that's why one of the best ones, again, top ones that you should buy is the Gatekeeper Staff, right? So that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the last one is kind of a little bit conditional and kind of depends on what you have on your account, right? Because one of the next ones that I would suggest, for example, would be the Aurelium Vest. The reason why this one looks really amazing is shields granted by the wearer reduces damage taken up to 17.5%, which can be massive. Again, pair it with some nice shielders in there, like Adolphus. Everybody gets Adolphus for free in day 13, or if you get any other ones, gives us HP, gives us defense. Again, not only does the shield itself bring, you know, some more life, so to speak, some more survivability, but getting this extra damage mitigation can be really powerful. Now, if you don't want to buy this one, right, or you want to get one that you would use earlier, Drago's Blast Jar can be really good as well. Again, it gives HP, defense percent, and then when the wearer takes damage, has a 30% chance to create an energy blast. This will go on usually on your tanks, does some damage, but then this is the cool part. The energy blast can only be triggered every 2 seconds, but also after the damage, reducing the damage dealt by 15% for 5 seconds. So pretty much almost every time when you get more AoE damage, you can keep decreasing the damage. Keep in mind it's only 30% chance, so if we're talking about reliability, then straight up Aurelium Vest is going to be better, because this one is guaranteed, right? You straight up get the damage mitigation, whereas the Blast Jar, you have to be hit in order to be able to take this one. But yeah, that's I think that's what we're gonna leave it at. That's from my point of view the top priorities. Witches remains #1, Solar King's Horn 2, Gatekeeper Staff #3, then Aurelium Vest 4, and then Drago's Blast Jar 5. Actually, yeah, can include it all. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. This one is, you know, arguably you could use the Downpipe Organ if you know you have lots of ranged heroes, but if you're not gonna be focusing lots on your ranged heroes, then this is not gonna help you as much. But anyway, I think this is a good spot to leave it. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider liking it, subscribing to the channel to see when I upload next. Don't forget, you can click over here and you can bind to go to bind creators, and you can use code OddOne if you want to support me as a content creator. You're going to be getting some free stuff. I'm going to be getting some stuff and some giveaways to give out, so please consider doing that. Cost you nothing, would help me a ton. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, run. Bye guys.